What is going on, people? We are Tottenham TV back here with another video, and there has been a very significant update today. Igor Tudor has stepped down as manager of Tottenham Hotspur by mutual consent. Spurs have confirmed in a statement today. We can confirm that it has been mutually agreed for head coach Igor Tudor to leave the club with immediate effect. Tomislav Rogic and Riccardo Ragnacci have also left their respective roles of goalkeeping coach and physical coach. We thank Igor, Tomislav and Riccardo for their efforts during the past 6 weeks in which they worked tirelessly. We acknowledge the bereavement that Igor has recently suffered and send our support to him and his family at this difficult time. An update on a new head coach will be provided in due course. So we knew it was going to be a long 3-week kind of international / FA Cup break for Igor Tudor. The fact that he's managed 6 Premier League games, lost 5 and only got 1 point, and also subsequently went out of the Champions League in that time as well. It was always going to be very difficult to justify him keeping his job, considering the fact we have 7 games remaining. He was brought in to make an immediate impact, and things have gotten worse. There's no two ways about it. There's no beating around the bush. We've lost, I think, 4 of his 6 games we have lost by 2 or more goals. Arsenal and Forest obviously by 3 goals. There were signs of life against Liverpool and against Atletico, but the reality is it was too little, too late. We haven't won a Premier League game. We are teetering on the brink of relegation. We are 1 point outside the relegation zone, and Spurs had to do something drastic. I think as well, the sudden bereavement of his father probably affected things for him, and whether he could give everything to the job right now, which Tottenham need, I guess was always going to be a bit of a question mark, and we've decided to part ways. I have no ill feeling towards him. I wish him all the best. He came in at such a difficult time. It was always going to be difficult for anyone to come in and rescue this situation and turn it around immediately. Unfortunately, he just hasn't been able to do it. Who knows if he would have stayed on for the last 7 games, whether he would have eventually turned it around or not. 6 games is not a big sample size to judge a manager on. But in the circumstances we're in, that is the name of the game. And the remit was to come in, give us a bit of a manager bounce, and just get us those few wins that we need to stay in this division. And he doesn't seem to, he wasn't able to do it in 6 games. And there was no guarantee. It didn't look like it was turning around anytime soon. So I wish him all the best. Obviously, thoughts go out to him at the moment due to the hard time he's going through, and his family as well. Very difficult time. So thoughts and prayers go to him and his family. But he will no longer be manager of Tottenham Hotspur. It's news that everyone expected, but the question is, it does beg the question, what next? Who next? What are we going to do? At the moment, the kind of rumours are, Ali Gold has, let me get this up. Ali Gold has tweeted saying that Spurs will be looking to appoint a manager in the next couple of days. He says Spurs expect to appoint a new head coach in the next couple of days, in place when the players are back. They want a manager in place for when the players are back from international duty, giving them 10 days to work together. Bruno Salter has remained and will lead training for those handful of players at Hotspur Way at the moment. So, obviously, if you haven't found a manager in time, I'm guessing Bruno will be taking the job. But begs the question, who will this manager be? Matt Law has had his say. He says Spurs may be forced into another short-term appointment. De Zerbi interested if they stay up, while Pochettino is focused on the World Cup. Ben Davis, Harry Redknapp, Glenn Hoddle, Tim Sherwood and Chris Hughton are options. There are checks on Hutter, and Deitch is available. Obviously, we heard reports a few days ago about Sean Deitch. Apparently, he's been at the pub telling people he's not going to be Spurs manager. So we'll kind of see what happens with him. Hutter, I think his main problem is his name. I think on the face of it, he's a manager with decent pedigree, good experience of playing attacking football, good at developing and working with young players. That's obviously not a thing you need for 7-game spell if he's only here for the short term. He definitely seems to be more of a manager you appoint permanently than a firefighter for 7 games. Harry Redknapp, Glenn Hoddle, Tim Sherwood and Chris Hughton are all managers who have not managed in a very, very long time. Chris Hughton, to be fair, was just manager of Ghana, but didn't pull up any trees. Hoddle, Sherwood and Redknapp, getting them managing in 2026 is something that everyone would have laughed at, scoffed at not so long ago. And it seems to be a ridiculous situation. We're going back to managers who managed a long time ago to come in now and change the situation. I mean, whether they work or not, are they current enough? Do they, football has changed so much over the last decade. Are they the managers to trust to get us out of this situation and get the wins we need? Then there's Ben Davies. I mean, we know he's been doing his coaching badges. He is a long-term member of the squad. He is a well-respected member of the squad. He has, worked under all the managers you could think of at Tottenham over the last 10 years. He's probably picked up a thing or two. Would he have to command the respect of the players? Would he have the authority? But he's not a manager. We're talking about a player coming in and taking the reins. Give it Davis and Maddison till the end of the season. This is where we're at. Ben Davies is being considered as manager. We're at the end of our tether here. We don't know what direction to go. Spurs are in such a mess. We're in such a bind. We're turning to injured players to manage this team. Is that the answer, though? The players know what they want. They didn't buy into Thomas Frank. Didn't really buy into Igor Tudor. So, is it a case of Ben Davies being inside that dressing room? He knows the players. Maybe he knows where to best fit them in. He won't need a bedding in period to understand what the players are good at and whatnot. But he's not a manager. Who knows how good he is tactically? Does he have a motivational speech in him? I mean, I'm at a loss. None of these names are particularly inspiring. None of these names are convincing that these are the guys to take us to safety. But who is? It's going to be a very interesting next couple of days at Tottenham. And another manager gone. 2 managers now this season. We're going to have a third manager. We're going to have more managers than home wins. God, sit with that for a moment. The whole thing has been disaster, just going from one disaster to the next. And let's just hope the next decision isn't the next disaster. We'll see who this next guy coming in. We'll know in the next couple of days, it seems. I think the best option, maybe it is just give it Harry. I mean, I'm not even convinced by that, but maybe that's the best of a bad bunch. Could he rouse the players? Could he get the players playing? Could he get just a few wins? Could he motivate them to a few wins that we need? God knows. Ben Davies next manager. Maybe Ben Davies with Ryan Mason. Maybe a double act. Wouldn't be against it. Doesn't say anything about Ange. Doesn't say anything about him potentially being considered. When you're considering Redknapp and Hoddle and Sherwood and Hughton, I don't see why Ange wouldn't be in the ring. Yeah. Sorry, can't be more upbeat at the moment, but the whole thing's a mess. Igor, we know had to go. Wish him all the best. But on to the next steps. Let's see what the next thing this season has to throw at us. We'll see you very soon. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.